Happy Friday, everybody, and thanks again for being with us here on KXAN News at 4. Now, we have had some of the wettest weeks in a long time here in Central Texas. Chief Meteorologist Nick Bannin looked at the rainfall that we've seen and puts that into perspective for us.
Yeah, so as wet as we've been, you'll know that we still need, of course, more rain, but this is definitely a start, and we should celebrate the type of wet weather that we've had. This is the rainfall that we've had so far this month in May. You can count the number of days that we have had measurable rainfall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days out of the month with measurable rainfall. We probably won't get any measurable rain tomorrow, so it should be 8 days that were wet here in the month of May. But this week alone, it has really added up. An average May in Austin at Camp Mabry, and it is usually our wettest month of the year, gets more than 5 inches of rain, 5.04. But so far this May, we've had 6.59 inches of rain in Austin, giving us a rainfall surplus for the month of just over 1.5 inches. And there's more little nuggets you can talk about at the water cooler next week at work or over the dinner table tonight. So this is the rain we've had this month. This was our first wetter than normal month since July of last year. We were on a 9-month stretch of 9 months in a row with below normal rainfall each month. That changed this month. It was also our wettest month since October of 2023, and it was our wettest May since 2021. So you have to go back 4 years for a May that has had more rain than this. As far as the wettest Mays on record, it is not up at the top of that list. It is the 38th wettest month on record. Now, the rain that we had last night was not factored into the latest drought report that came out yesterday. Even the rain we had on Tuesday wasn't factored in. That'll go into next week's report, but you can see at least this week we have had some improvements in the drought from last week. A shrinking area there of exceptional drought in our southwestern counties, and also some trimming in the drought in our northern and eastern counties. But I do expect things will improve. Of course, we really need to fill up our lakes too. Let's show you, by the way, on KXAN.com, if you're curious how much rain you had where you are, we've got those Austin area rainfall totals that you can dive in on those amounts, and those are always updating, by the way, and look at those last 24 hours of rainfall there. Of course, we really needed to head into our lakes. What's been happening, and many people wondering why the lakes aren't filling up more quickly given all this rain. Well, it's because the soil's been so dry. You need that soil to get saturated first before you can get more runoff into the lakes. That being said, Lake Travis, from our Oasis restaurant camera, is up roughly 2 feet over the last week, which is a start. Hey, we're 2 days away from the beginning of the Atlantic tropical hurricane season, I should say. But the Pacific already has its first named storm. This is Tropical Storm Alvin spinning right there, expected to weaken over the coming days. It may actually throw some moisture over Mexico and into Texas here this weekend, but right now we're thinking that most of the moisture is going to be missing us to the south and west. Right now we are getting a lot of clouds thrown our way. It's a partly to mostly cloudy sky right now, and I expect more of the same as we go into tonight, between partly and mostly cloudy skies into your Saturday morning. Tiniest little sprinkle chance tomorrow, no big deal. Morning clouds giving way to more and more sun into the afternoon, still mixing with clouds at times during the second half of the day. But aside from that little sprinkle chance, your Saturday's looking dry. Sunday, we'll be turning up the heat in a big way. That's thanks to much more sun on Sunday, but a disturbance dropping in from the north and east may help to develop a few showers and storms during the late afternoon or mid to late afternoon and into the evening. This particular model is very excited about rainfall coverage. Not all of our models are as optimistic about more rain as this one, but it's certainly a possibility we get some afternoon and evening storms on Sunday. And just today, the Storm Prediction Center increased the at least potential for severe storms from the metro into our eastern counties, a 1 out of 5 severe weather risk. Large hail, damaging wind, the primary threats there. So tonight, a partly to mostly cloudy sky, that little sprinkle chance, overnight lows dropping to 69. And then here's your weekend, 89 Saturday, a blend of sun and clouds, but more clouds Saturday than Sunday. Sunday, with more sunshine, we'll get up to 96. However, remember, late afternoon and into the early evening, we do have that chance for a few strong storms. Temperatures are going to stay up there for the majority of the next week, so enjoy these below average numbers today and slightly below average numbers Saturday before we're back above average by a few degrees. Not only will it be hotter than it's been the last few days, it will also be more humid. We'll be firmly settling in on that very humid category as we head through the weekend into next week. So those mid-90s will actually feel like triple digits often. Here's a look at our first warning weather 7-day forecast. So yes, a low 10% sprinkle chance tomorrow, a higher storm chance on Sunday, and then we're mostly dry on Monday. But then we start to see more rain and storm chances Tuesday through Friday of next week, especially Wednesday and Thursday.